right, well, welcome back to Benchwarmers Basement Banter. I am your host, Alan Wood, with my co-host.
I'm Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
The Aaron Rodgers.
You got it right. Well, we just did our AL preview, so now we're going to try the NL side and see if there's any more surprises here. And the water balloon bet still goes for Owen. So
we seem to agree on our bottom feeders all
we
throughout.
do, yeah. Well, when they stink, it's pretty obvious. I mean, call it what it is. Should we reiterate the bet?
All right, so the bet is my son gets to shoot him in the nads with a water balloon for every divisional winner that he gets incorrect.
Yes.
So a potential of 6 nad shots.
Oh, God, I hope not. He's pretty deadly.
And super accurate.
Yes. I'm hoping to help. He is our oracle here. If you haven't tuned in his NBA picks, you should. He gives a very brief description, analysis.
He'll tell you if they suck. He'll tell you if they're good. He'll tell you if they're not playing good ball. He'll tell you if someone's not in the game.
He holds nothing back. He doesn't. It's great. He's, 24-13 was his record?
24-13?
Yeah.
24-13.
So, and that's spread bets, too.
We'll do another episode of that tomorrow.
Yeah, stay tuned. He's a genius. He's the oracle. But without further ado, we will get to the NL East. And, yeah, like you said, it's pretty rock chalk, our bottom feeders. You have Washington in the 5?
Yep, I have Washington bottom feeding.
Yeah. I could actually see Washington. They've got some young talent. They are a little short on the pitching. I could see them getting as high as possibly challenging the Mets in 3rd. That's a pipe dream. I could see them in a year or so. They've got some young prospects coming up. Like they've got, I love James Wood. Not the actor, the baseball player. Better clarify. Dylan Cruz, I think he gets overshadowed. He actually got picked before White Langford in this last draft. Pretty crazy.
That's not bad.
I'm not saying it was a great pick, but still, he was.
Randall Grichuk was picked before Mike Trout.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate. I remember before. It was. They ended up on the same team, but, yeah, not in the same result.
Yep.
He hasn't hit his stride yet. You just wait.
He's 30?
Yeah, I think so. That was another missed prediction on my part.
Well, they were both drafted by the Angels.
They were. Yeah, at least, they made up for it with the Trout pick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, gosh dang. If someone else would have got him, that would have been hard to stomach. We've got Washington 5th. I love C.J. Abrams, Joey Meneses. Like, they've got some talent.
Basically every prospect that came over in the...
the San Diego trade.
The San Diego trade,
I think they made out like... I'm not going to say made out like bandits because Soto's a hell of a player, but they did pretty
generational.
Good. Yeah,
Soto's generational.
They did pretty freaking good. I mean, James Woods, I think, will be a stud when he gets there. They got C.J. Abrams. They got Mackenzie Gore, who probably headlines their staff now. Him and Josiah Gray. Gray's... But, for a year and a half of Soto, I guess they made the NLCS, but when you don't win that title, that kind of hurts the whole Juan Soto effect. But they're a year or so away, but they have some solid building pieces. I think C.J. Abrams is a stud. Like, see him take the next step. I like Luis Garcia they've got. Lane Thomas. Who did he used to play for?
He's not. I believe he was a St. Louis Cardinal.
He was. What did we get for him? Peanuts?
I honestly couldn't even tell you.
I don't know either.
I honestly couldn't even tell you.
I don't know if we... I think we did trade him.
Probably a AA relief pitcher.
It does seem like the going rate. It does. Let's say it was an Adelis Garcia, similar deal. But anyway, I think we covered that pretty good in our first episode. We won't go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, Washington 5th. Miami, I've got them 4th. Or do you...
I also have Miami on 4th.
Okay, so you got the Mets 3rd, I take it?
Nope.
All right, well, we'll hit Miami real quick. Interesting. Very interesting. I've got... I mean, gosh dang, their rotation, what could be? Unfortunately, no Alcantara this year, ex-Cardinal. Stud, but when you throw 215 innings, you may not be able to do that every year. Let's see. No, Yuri Perez to start the year. I think he did avoid structural damage in the elbow. That's scary, but
best case scenario, he misses a month.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope he's back soon. But regardless, that hurts. They've got Luzardo, AJ Puck. I think could be a fantasy sleeper. I've liked him since he's in Oakland. I mean, he's 6'7", throws gas, lefty. Red hair, mullet effect. What could go wrong? Intimidating. I like him. Will he give them 200 innings? No way.
Is he starting the season out in the rotation?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, he's looked amazing in spring. He's been able to find that strike zone thing. That's helped. But like I said, his career high for innings is like 70. So that's not real promising.
Well, that's why I wondered if he'd even be a starter to begin with. Because I think last year he took a lot of long relief areas.
Yeah, he actually ended up closing for a while for them. I mean, he's got dynamite stuff, but it's always been health. And at 27, I'm not real optimistic that he will make it all year. But still, and that's a problem. Their rotation, a lot of question marks. You've got Trevor Rogers, still exists.
Trevor Rogers.
Yeah, I remember him about 3 years ago. It's pretty good. Don't see that coming back. But Max Meyer, very talented young arm, was their first-round pick years ago. Once again, Tommy John surgery shortly after. Got talent. Ryan Weathers was a good prospect for San Diego. Like, they've got talent. Is it enough? I don't think so. The pen could be a train wreck. Tanner Scott's their closer, not the most.
Everyone knows the Marlins are trash for 10 years, and then the next thing you know, they're in the World Series.
And they win. They're in the World Series. That's the thing. You look at it. They've been around for like 30 years. Mm-hmm. And they've won 2 World Series.
Yep.
Every 15 years. That's pretty damn good.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's just other than those World Series,
it's all or nothing.
It's World Series across. Yeah, it is.
It's all or nothing. This is a nothing year.
Yeah. I agree. So we got them 4th. I've got the Mets in 3rd. Who you have in 3rd?
I have the Phillies in 3rd.
Yeah.
I have the Phillies in 3rd.
So I didn't figure you'd go to Atlanta in that spot. I think we agree on that. The head and shoulders.
Yes, Atlanta's the juggernaut of that division, amazing. Which the Phillies are very good as well.
They are. I think they're second.
And honestly, the Phillies' bullpen is much improved, which has been the kind of bane of their team.
It's been a problem. Yeah. I mean, I think, not to get ahead of ourselves, but I think Atlanta and Philly, top to bottom, great lineups, hit rotation. I think Atlanta's pen's a little better, but I think they're head and shoulders above the rest of the division, like a 10-game gap there to the Mets. I'll say with the Mets, Senga starting here on IL. For me, their lineup's good. Their rotation is too many question marks. Too many. You've got Sevy, who I like him, but
stay healthy.
You got to show me something. Yeah.
Stay healthy. And even when he was healthier last year, he wasn't good.
No. Oh, no, last year he was terrible.
He was not good.
I did read a report. They said he was tipping pitches, but he was tipping a lot of pitches.
He must have been.
6 year, right?
He must have been pitching all of his pitches.
Yeah.
Tipping all of his pitches.
It wasn't great. And even if they know it's coming, they still hit the damn thing. So, we'll see.
The thing is like rounding out the end of that rotation is McGill. Yeah. And honestly,
he was called Baby DeGrom. Years ago.
Well, he's not that good.
No,
he's more healthy. He's more healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he'll throw more innings, I bet, than DeGrom this year. I'll give you that.
I will bet
I probably jinxed him.
The amount of innings that McGill throws this year may be more innings than DeGrom has ever thrown.
Damn it, he had a couple good years, but in the last 5, I'll give you that. Yeah. Sean Manaea, we know how that can go. He's pretty good in Oakland a couple years, but that's been a few years ago.
It's been a while. He's a name more than a talent here at this point.
You're right. He's very questionable what you get there. Jose Quintana, I think you know what you're getting there. Hell, I wish the Cardinals would have signed him. I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's not an ace, but he's a durable number 3. Like, you know what you're going to get out of him.
He's our Lance Lynn.
With, I think, a way less. He gets the ball on the ground. Lynn has it in the air. He is.
There's a lot of big flies coming from Lance Lynn.
Yeah. A little more variability there. But he's solid. I mean, he's probably going to anchor their rotation because I think the rest are question marks. And Senga, I thought he was great his first year overseas. But hey, you don't know when he's coming back yet.
Here's what puts them higher in the division for me.
Okay.
The Trumpets are back, baby. The Trumpets are back.
Yes, I'll give you that. But I think in order for the Trumpets to come out, I think you got to be ahead, right?
Well, you do. So here's the thing: is that rotation is not that bad. And it's not that good either.
Right.
It's not that good. It's got a lot of question marks, as you said. I think it can be very good. I think it can be very bad. It can be very injury-riddled.
Yeah, I don't see it being better than Philadelphia's in the same ballpark, truthfully. I don't see it. Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, I don't know. Like the lineup, there's hope. Francisco Alvarez, stud. Mm-hmm. On the offensive side. Catcher, he actually could have 40 homer pop catcher position. And I think Brett Baty.
And 40 year.
That's fair. Like I said, offensively. That and working on his pitching staff, that could be a problem. We'll see. But you got Polar Pete there. I mean, you know what you're getting out of him. A lot of dingers.
35 plus dingers.
Easily in his sleep.
Yeah.
That's underselling the guy.
Yeah.
He could lead the league in homers. Lindor solid at short. Line up top to bottom.
Lindor, honestly, Lindor's he had a couple down years after he left Cleveland.
He did.
And he's picked it up. Last year he was very good.
Yep.
And the year before that, I think he was hurt half the season, or if not most of the season.
He was back to, I think, Cleveland, Lindor last year.
Yes.
I really think he came full circle on it. And a part of it, too, your first year in New York. I mean, you got the spotlights. Like, Cleveland's small market, not near the pressure. You go to New York, I mean, you're expected to do greatness. Mm-hmm. They're not very forgiving.
You got Bader back in his hometown, man.
Yeah, there you go.
You got hometown Bader.
Yeah, we've seen that. That's what's going to unlock him, right? Easily. 30 homers, Gold Glove defense.
No, but maybe Gold Glove defense. I'll give him that he might have that.
I'll say the chicks will enjoy it.
The locks are back.
He brings the flair.
He's got a beard this year.
None of that, Yankees BS.
Clean shaven.
Unleashed Bader Tater. Yeah. I'm not a big fan, but, he plays good D. I'll give him that.
Good D. He's going to hit 15 home runs. Maybe 20.
Might, if he stays on the field and doesn't strike out 200 times.
That's fair. He's got that, what's that foot injury that he's always got?
Plantar fasciitis.
There's
my doctrine coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you, fantasy football. I'm serious. I feel like I could almost get a medical degree. Not just from that. My wife's a big Grey's Anatomy fan.
Oh, okay.
I do, yeah. We're going to stop right there. But Brandon Nimmo, Starling Marte, I'll give it to you. Lineup, it's pretty solid. You got a lot of old guys there.
Marte is aged. Nimmo's
very
aged.
Much so, yeah.
Marte
Nimmo's
still had...
solid guy, though.
Marte was still very good last year, though.
When he played, which was seldom. I don't know. I thought he struggled a little bit last year, but I forget what he had.
Maybe I'm thinking the year before.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think last year he's in the 220 ballpark with
the
speed. He's 35.6. The speed, which was a big.
We're not seeing Pittsburgh Starling.
No, we're not. But he's getting New York money.
There we go.
But yeah, it's solid. I'll give it to you. I just don't think it gets near Philadelphia. I mean, Philly. Gosh dang, their rotation: Wheeler, Nola, Suarez. I think it's a solid 3. Christopher Sanchez, if he looks like last year, top to bottom. It's Pt1 Walker. I butchered his name, but Taiwan. There you go. Yeah, that's a pretty good number 5. The pin. I think you touched on that earlier. That's in their Achilles heel.
Yep.
I like Jose Alvarado. I hope he gets to close. I really do. Very good stuff. And their lineup. I mean, holy crap.
Oh, their lineup's outstanding. Which they had that last year.
Who am I forgetting in the pin? I'm sorry. Sir Anthony Dominguez, a cool name.
Sir Anthony,
I like him. And I could see, Andrew Painter, hell of a prospect. He had Tommy John last year.
Yes, they were expecting him to make his debut last year. Very similar to
I think you were very high on him, weren't you?
Yes, Painter, which I was more so high on than Grayson Rodriguez.
Yeah.
But Painter was right there with him, and they were kind of debating on who was the better pitching prospect coming up.
Right.
Both of them got injured last year. Grayson did get some pitching done last year. I don't think Painter pitched at all last year.
Grayson actually threw a fair amount.
Yeah.
He may hit 140 innings, but Grayson had injury problems the year before. Painter, I think he finally had Tommy John.
Yeah.
What I was getting at, though, he could end of the year. I could see them slotting in. I mean, that'd be a hell of an addition. You bring him up.
If he turns out to be anywhere near what they thought they would be when they draft him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but, you could bring him along slowly, put him in the pen. He throws, touches 100 with the curveball. He could be great and work him into being a starter in the future. But, if you got a strong guy out there who started some, they've got a solid pin to the lineup. I mean, crap. It's not as good as Atlanta's, but Atlanta's up there with the Dodgers, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you're real solid. Trey Turner finally came around close to the end of the year. I think with him, there's a lot of the big contract going to Philly. That's rough. Your first year there.
And honestly, I think that both of these lineups are the Braves and the Phillies. They're probably, if not top 5 lineups in the majors,
it's top 10.
They're definitely top 10.
Yeah, I think it's
without a doubt top 10.
I think Atlanta arguably is the best in the majors. You could throw LA, you could throw Baltimore, but I might put my money on Atlanta. It's a murderer's row, I think.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to that, but with with Philly, you've got Schwarber leading off, Turner, Harper. Holy crap! After he had Tommy John, I believe, as well.
Yes.
Second half of the year, he was Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
That could be dark horse. Not even dark horse. That could be MVP National League, I think. But yeah, you've got JT. He's fine, still behind the dish. Really Muto. He's aged a little, but he still brings a very solid bat. I could see Alec Boehm, another step forward. Bryson Stott. They've got good young talent mixed with these veterans. Nick Castellanos, he's came back around, and in this ballpark, I really could see him.
Castellanos had a really rough first year in Philly,
He did.
but he turned it around
That's
last
a common
year.
theme, I think.
Yes.
A lot of guys.
Not everyone can handle being booed every time.
No, right. It's not the most friendly environment, I'll say, when you don't perform.
Correct.
But yeah, I mean, they top to bottom. Like I said, Harper healthy, Turner year behind his belt in Philly. I think they could somewhat push Atlanta. I'm not picking them against Atlanta. Come playoff time, though, they could be.
You mean they could push New York?
No, they're going to beat New York. They're going to beat New York. I'm sorry. You've got. Is that a possible water balloon to the Nads for you there? Maybe. All right, well, think about it. If New York,
we'll say if
New York beats Philly,
if New York beats Philly,
I'll take one. If New York beats Philly, holy crap,
all right,
I will. So one of us is getting it on this one. But to the top, I think Atlanta's untouchable. I mean, the lineup alone will carry you, but they're rotation.
I don't know how they're
Strider.
not your last year's World Series winners.
Because they ran into Philly. I mean, they did.
Yeah.
They won the most games, I believe, in baseball last year. I think it was them in the NL, Baltimore AL.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Whenever you have a best-of-5 format, I believe Philly has actually eliminated Atlanta the last 2 years.
They have.
Yeah.
They have.
When you throw out Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, you have a very good shot winning those first 2 games. That's hard.
Depends which Nola you get.
That's fair.
Nola can be an ace, or Nola can give up 5 runs.
That's fair. That's an amazing one too.
Yes.
And Strider didn't show up in the playoffs. He's fizzled the end of last year. I think he had a hammy bother him or something.
Freed can be very good though.
He can.
Like
be.
honestly,
He can
I
be.
will take your Wheeler Nola and say Strider Freed can be just as good.
You're right. I'll give you that.
Can be just.
And I think the rest of the rotation's much better. I think Chris Sale in Atlanta.
He is definitely your. The cherry on top to already a pretty good rotation.
If he's healthy, it's Chris
he's
Sale.
an ace in a 3 slot.
His stuff hasn't deteriorated really.
No,
he's just had a lot of injury issues.
He's your ace in a 3 slot if you can keep him healthy. Yeah, he could be your diamond in the rough that gets you that extra 5 wins that year.
He could be. And, I mean, they've got, to round out the rotation, Charlie Morton is still around. His arm is still attached.
Honestly, he might still win 15 games. Because he does.
He's solid. Yeah, he just does it. We don't know how, but he does it. They've got some intriguing arms at the end of the rotation, too. Like, I like A.J. Smith-Shawver. I think he's going to start the other minors. Mm-hmm. Ronaldo Lopez. Bryce Elder. He actually won, I think, 15 games last year.
It's going to be a 5th starter by committee in that group.
But, this team's got depth. They're built. Their lineup, holy crap. Acuna started off. I love Michael Harris. He hits like freaking 6th. I mean, you've got, Albies, Olsen, Sean Murphy, one of the best hitting catchers, I think, probably hitting 6th, 7th. Ozuna still around.
I think that, last year they had Acuna won MVP, and then wasn't
Olsen was right up there.
Yeah, Olsen was 3, I believe.
Yeah, and Riley, I think, got some votes. I mean, I don't even know how you put their lineup together. And it's a good problem to have because you have so many freaking studs.
1 through 5 is all interchangeable.
Yeah,
well,
it is.
Acuna should be
leads off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think last year they'd all be second a lot. Was Riley 3rd maybe, and then Olsen cleaned up?
Yeah. Who cares either way?
Yeah. I mean, they're freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, this team's built just to be a juggernaut, and for years to come. They've locked up these guys. Oh, they traded for Jared Kelly. If anyone can get something out of him, I think it's Atlanta. And he has no pressure now.
Exactly. It's like you're going to hit 6th or 7th in that lineup. Like,
just show up and don't suck.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Can you hit 20 home runs and 250?
Yeah, and catch the dying ball in the field. That's all you got to do. So, yeah, I think they're amazing. That's all there is to it. And the pen, they even don't have a weakness there. Like, they've got Iglesias still, AJ Minter, Joe Jimenez, I think. Like, they've got a very solid pen. No weakness in that team.
No.
So,
but no glaring weakness.
No, I agree.
Now, their pen could get weak fast if we get some injuries.
It's not I think that's a lot of teams have that problem. Like, I'll bank on them, and like I said, some of these arms, too, you got to think about that don't make the rotation. Like, if you bring Shawver in, his stuff plays up in the pen. That's always, I think, the back of these great teams, their options for close to the end of the year. Keep these guys going, put them in the pen, And I think Atlanta's very solid. Honestly, I think they can contend right with the Dodgers. Might even have them to beat them when we do that preview.
You think they're a couple 100-win teams?
The Dodgers and the Braves?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Well, when we get to L.A., I actually think there might be more question marks with L.A. than with Atlanta. And, if they can just stay away from the bookies, that would help. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll cruise on over to the Central now. And we might have some parity here as well. What do you have in the bottom?
Pirates.
I've got Milwaukee. I think we're seeing a first-to-worst scenario here.
First to worst.
First to worst, yeah. And maybe we'll
That's
go
Boston's
worst to
MO.
first. Yeah, they kind of fluctuate a pendulum there. We're in the World Series one year, we're last the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really do. Milwaukee, I think they've got a lot of misfit pieces. I mean, their rotation's carried them the last couple years.
I'm not saying they're good. I had them at 4.
Okay.
I've got Pittsburgh and Milwaukee right there at the bottom.
And I could be wrong. Pittsburgh could fall apart. I like their young talent. I really do. Yeah, with Milwaukee, I mean, you got Freddie Peralta and a lot of question marks in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got DL Hall and the Orioles.
They've got Adames.
Yes, on the offensive side of things.
Oh, you're talking, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's not much pitching. They don't even have their closer to start the year. Nevin Williams, he's out 3 months, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And they do some good arms at the back of their pin, but you got to get there. Their lineup, I mean, it doesn't impress me much.
It never does.
No,
it never does. They've always been carried by fantastic starting pitching, and this year it's not there.
It would help if Christian Yelich could turn the page back to the Christian Yelich. They have 40 bombs. I don't think we're seeing that anymore.
I think they'd be happy with 20 at this point.
I think so. 20, get on base, be able to throw the ball again. That'd be great. But no, they
maybe hit 250. Good grief.
Yeah, I think though they are a classic team that will be selling a lot of pieces. I can see the wheels falling off, and they've got Rhys Hoskins, 1-year deal, could be a very valuable trade piece.
I think that's actually going to be a really good signing.
It could be. It's a good ballpark.
He wasn't bad with Philly at any point in time. He just tore his ACL.
It could be a good buy low. It could be.
It could be.
But they've already lost in the outfield. I like Garrett Mitchell, very solid young player. He's out for the foreseeable future. I think a month or two. He just got hurt in spring training the other day. I love Jackson Chourio. I think he could be a stud.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could be along the J-Rod potential. I'm not saying he's there yet. I'm not saying that.
Nope.
But he's got the power speed combo going. He could be very good, but it's his first year. What do you expect? Contreras, very solid hitting catcher behind the plate. Like you said earlier, Adames, very good. Contract year for him, too.
Mm-hmm.
He might prove it. In the outfield, they've got some young guys. Sal Frelick could be solid. Joey Wiemer, they've got some interesting pieces, but I don't think it's enough to get them out of the basement. I really don't. And I'm kind of high on Pittsburgh. I love their young talent. That O'Neal Cruz guy, fantasy. Get him.
He is one of the more exciting players that you'll see.
He is.
Because he's fast, he hits the ball hard.
Yeah. He's got Aaron Judge.
Those are the two things. Well, he's not. Aaron Judge isn't that fast.
I'm talking with the bat. Exit velocities.
Exit velocities are better than Aaron Judge.
They have. Yeah.
They have been.
Basis. You're right. He does have.
They have been. The potential. But yeah, he could probably be the most exciting player. He could be right there with your Tatis Juniors. Or the thing is,
not many got the ability he brings to the table. Really.
No.
And him aside, I like Brian Hayes. I honestly think if he can elevate the ball, he can have
a really good rookie season and tailed off, right?
He had some injuries. He's always been very solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tailed off. He though last year he's always had good exit velocities. He puts bat on the ball very well. Yep. He just needs to elevate the ball. But I could see him taking a step. I like in the outfield Reynolds. I will say they are lacking a lot of pieces, but I think they could get to fourth. Henry Davis, catcher. Pitching, you're lacking a little bit of talent there. You got Mitch Keller, not much else. They've got this Jared Jones kid who's made the team. He was, I believe, a second-round pick. He's got promising stuff. They just Not enough.
When we're looking at the bottom two of this division, there's not much to talk about. We're looking at two 65-win teams, 70-win teams.
Yeah. I can see the Pirates making an interesting start the year, but like last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but now after this, this hurts. It really does. Forgive me, Yachty, Ozzy, great ones, but I've got our Cardinals in third place.
That's also where I have them.
Okay.
I've got them at third place as well. That being said, I think that the top three here are pretty interchangeable. I think that all of them are going to be between 80 and 90 win teams. I don't think any of those three teams break 90 wins.
Yeah, I think it definitely could come down to a last week of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The win total's capped. I could see 86 to 8 games winning this division.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of a winner by default scenario. But that being said, and we thoroughly discussed the Cardinals in the first episode, so we will not go over that long, but I think pitching will hold them back. I really do. I don't think you have the high-end talent, the depth. Offense, I'm optimistic. It can be pretty good. But I just think, end of the day, they don't have enough to win the division.
I agree. I don't think they win the division either. I do think that they could easily overtake the second spot.
Okay.
And either way, I don't think the Cardinals make the playoffs this year.
Well, big picture, I think only one team from the Central makes the playoffs.
Correct. Exactly. Do I think that they could sneak into the playoffs by winning that division? Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think they win this division, and I think that you may have someone at number 2 than I do.
This is going to be. I think we're not going to agree on this one.
We're not. I think I've got number 2. I've got the Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
They do have a good lineup. Their lineup is young, and their lineup is talented.
Yeah.
As far as I think we're going to have Bellinger, that's going to probably not have the year he had last year. He had a prove-it contract last year.
He did. He kind of has the same scenario now.
He does. He does.
He didn't get paid.
But I think last year it was like a proof-of-life contract. not necessarily.
You deserve a job in baseball?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's fair. With the Cubs, I've got them winning the division. I could see a very likely, a possible scenario where the Reds take it. That's your team.
Mm-hmm.
They've got more upside. Like, they could have greatness. I mean, they're young talent. You've got Christian Encarnacion.
Well, you talked about the O'Neal Cruz being an electric hitter and an electric speed.
Look at Ellie.
You got Ellie right there. And honestly,
I can't believe they're not related.
They're very similar. Very similar
Are we
players.
Sure about that? Yeah, I mean,
DNA
same
test.
size. There you go. Family tree. Send it out a little. But no, in all seriousness, like, Cincinnati has the upside. I mean, gosh dang. They've got, which I don't know how hurt Matt McLean is, but still, he's a hell of a talent. They've, like I said, Christian Encarnacion Strand, I think, could be big things in that ballpark. Hitter's ballpark. Jameer Candelario. Sorry if I butchered your name. He really turned things on with Washington, then he got traded to Chicago last year. When the Reds signed him, I was like, where the heck's he going to play?
Yeah.
Well, life's found a way. Like, they have a lot of injuries to start the year. And the little PEDs.
A little bit off subject, but I don't know if you've noticed this, but the San Diego Padres, 6 out of their 9 position players all were shortstops at one point in time.
Yeah. It's almost like if you're an amazing athlete,
we'll find a spot.
We'll find a spot. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, the young talent, it stinks with Noelvi Marte, his suspension. That's a problem. But like I said, Caminero, I think in this ballpark, it's perfect for him. I really think he could take off. Their outfield, they're going to miss TJ Friedel to start the year. He's got wrist injury, I believe, but they've got Will Brennan out there. They've got talent all up and down the lineup everywhere. Spencer Steer.
I was getting ready to get at Spencer Steer. I think that he's a very good player. Yeah, he played enough last year to actually show what he was a little bit. But
they needed to find a spot for him to play. Like, he is generally a first baseman, third baseman. Mm-hmm. Well, they kind of have 5 of those. Yeah. So they put him out there, and he's a good athlete. Like, he held his own. They're talented up and down the rotation.
The lineup's pretty good. The rotation's okay. I wouldn't say
it has great potential. I think
it does.
100 agree. If he takes the next step, I don't know.
Those flamethrower starters, they scare me.
They
don't stay healthy.
Yeah,
they don't stay healthy.
And he's a fly ball pitcher. That hurts.
Yeah,
this ballpark. It does. But yeah, and then if Nick Lodolo could ever be on the field, that'd be great. They signed Frankie Montes. I think that was a hell of a signing.
Great signing. Great signing.
Yeah.
I think that he's fantastic in Oakland, and another guy that he's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy.
His shoulder, that's a question mark. We'll see. But they've also got Andrew Abbott, Nick Martinez. They signed him from San Diego. They've got talent. Alexis Diaz in the pen. Like,
the more you say the names on that team, the more I like my pick.
I'm good with the Cubs. I really am. And like I said earlier, I could see this being 3 different teams.
It's a 3-horse race.
But the Cubs, I love it. Yes, they do not have the star power of these guys in Cincinnati, but top to bottom, their lineup, it's solid. I mean, yeah, Gomes, good hitting catcher. You've got, I like Dansby Swanson. Always have. He's a winner. He may not be your fantasy stud, hit you 30 homers, but he's very solid. Nico Horner took a step up this last year. I mean, he could steal you 40 bags. Solid D. I like the Michael Busch kid they got from L.A. He's got solid pop. I think he could be a sleeper and surprise some people. I really do. Sia Suzuki, you saw the second half what he's capable of.
And in his spring training this year.
Yeah, he's hit, 6 bombs?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, pretty solid. He looks locked in. He had an adjustment period from coming stateside. I think he could take that next step, be a stud, belly and center. I think that's where he'll play in, put Bush at first. Mike Tachman's out there in the outfield. He's solid. Happ. I
didn't realize they had Tachman.
Yep, they still got him.
Okay.
He's pretty good defensively in the center. And what he brings to the table is a plus offensively. The rest of the lineup, it'll play. Christopher Morel. I love what he brings to the table offensively. They've had trouble finding him a home defensively. They're putting him at third. Going to probably replace that Patrick Wisdom stud. You know how that goes.
Patrick Wisdom had a lot of really good minor league seasons with the Cardinals.
He did. If he could maybe hit over 200 and not strike out 200 times.
Well, yeah.
He's got power. He does. But I think Morel could be a more solid all-around player. But either way, that's a pretty good bench bat. Plays solid third. Yeah. This team is solid. The rotation, Justin Steele. He was in the Cy Young contention last year.
Mm-hmm.
This Inaga, sorry if I butchered your name, buddy. The Japanese pitcher. Pretty solid lefty. Italian, Hendricks. Who's the other guy? Javier Assad. Their pin.
There was a time that Hendricks was to be feared. That was
in a Greg Maddux form, where you're not scared of the stuff.
No.
But he will. You
don't want to face him.
No, he would paint you to death. The guy, he was a master. He's not what he used to be, but still, as your number 4 or 5. So, this team's solid. I think you have more, what you're going to get out of them than you do Cincy. And
I'm taking the upside. I'm taking the high.
I like that, swinging for the fences, right?
I like it.
I'll go Chicago. So this might be another NAD shot, and it pains me. I don't want to root for Chicago, but I will say
I think that was part of the reason that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I'm not gonna lie. We went to Wrigley this last year, the first time ever, and it kind of won me over. I hate saying that.
I've been to Wrigley. It's
the atmosphere is pretty cool.
It's cool.
It pains me to say it, but
it's no Busch Stadium.
I was expecting a dunk. You're right. I had my expectations very low, and it exceeded it. So
parts of that stadium are now.
A little sketchy, but I'm a traditionalist.
The atmosphere's great.
Vibes. It was.
Did you go to Wrigleyville?
Yes. Yeah. We didn't do the Wrigleyville probably the experience you had. We had the kiddos. And,
no.
It was not the bar hop, to go crazy. I had kiddos, and my wife was 6 months pregnant at the time.
Fair.
We had a scaled back experience. Still great though, but we'll do that again someday.
Yeah, Wrigleyville's fun.
It's pretty neat. But yeah, I've got them winning it. We'll see. You ready for the NL West?
Okay, so we're gonna do the NL West with the Dodgers win, game over. Okay,
we will see about that. We better call Shohei's bookie and see how.
Well, if he doesn't play, at least he wasn't pitching anyway. Honestly, without that lineup or without Shohei in that lineup,
it's still
a top 3 lineup in baseball.
It's still very good, but that will be a dark cloud on that team. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not picking them to not win the division. I've got
Dodgers is the only team that really has even a remote chance of taking it from them.
And I'm intrigued to see with Arizona, what they bring to the table. Hell, they knocked them out in the playoffs.
That's fair.
They just line up top to bottom. Doesn't compare with LA. No, not many teams do. But we'll start at the bottom. I think we've got Colorado down there. Enough said.
Yeah, not even close.
I don't even know we really discuss it. I truthfully couldn't.
Honestly, the team's trash. Let's just move on.
Yeah. But the rest of the division's intriguing. I've got San Francisco 4th. So you've got them?
Yeah. I've got San Francisco down there.
They always seem like they overachieve expectations to me. Like, they get a lot out of what they've got. Their lineup on paper, the name's not impressive. I'm intrigued to see what that Korean player, that Lee, does. I don't think he offers much pop, but good eye, gets on base. Conforto, solid player. A year more removed from shoulder surgery.
Mm-hmm.
They signed Chapman, man third, hell of a defender. The bat, we'll see.
He might hit 30 home runs, but he's going to hit 210.
Yep. A lot of Ks.
Yeah.
They've got Yaz out there in the outfield. Luciano intrigues me as a prospect. His stars kind of faded a little bit, but this guy, they compared him to A-Rod coming up years ago. The bat speed.
Yeah, but the thing is like, if you can be compared to whoever you want, but if you spend 6 years in the minors...
Yeah. You got to see it come to fruition.
Maybe not
you're
6,
right,
but I think
he's been 4 years, I believe, yeah. He's never really materialized into that bat they thought he could be. So I'm not banking on that. We'll see. The rotation, I think it could be good. I don't think it's going to get.
You added Snell.
You've got Snell. I love Logan Webb. Solid workhorse. You know what you're getting. I'm intrigued to see what Kyle Harrison brings to the table. I think this kid could be good. I really do. He's fantasy sleeper. There you go.
Did Snell sign soon enough that you think he's going to be their opening day guy?
No, he won't. I think he's going to miss. I don't think he'll miss much. Maybe a turn or two in the rotation.
Which he signed a week sooner than what Montgomery did, which we just signed today.
Which we just had breaking news on that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes, they signed actually while we were in the process of filming this.
Yeah. That really didn't change our predictions, I don't think.
No, it didn't.
It did. Solidified them.
It solidified that they're the number 2.
You've got San Diego 3rd.
Arizona
2nd. Or I'm sorry, am I jumping there?
No. I've got Arizona 3rd, San Diego 2nd.
Okay, I can see that.
I think that San Diego is just a much better team than what they showed us last year.
Yeah.
I think that they are...
they hired a manager. Was it Mike? What was his name? Schill?
I believe that's Michael Schill. The guy that won several games with us, I believe.
That's right. Yeah.
We fired him because he didn't want to. He wanted a pitcher.
We fired him because he wanted an ace, I think. Which last I checked, most teams that won the World Series have one of those.
Yeah.
I think it helps definitely.
Yeah.
So you're saying he wanted more talent, and they fired him because he didn't agree with Mo.
We got talent at home.
Yeah, you should have just done better with him. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, I think he does bring very good managerial experience. I think he's a winner.
My hot take on this division with those 2 particular teams, I think, it's no hot take that the Padres underperformed last year.
Yes.
But I think that the Diamondbacks also grossly overperformed. I think that...
Yeah, I can see that. They got hot at the right time.
They did.
That's what led to... They made the playoffs.
They got hot to make the playoffs, and then after that, they rode it all the way to the World Series.
Yep. The one reason I've got them over San Diego is their pitching this year.
Yeah.
Zach Gallen's a stud. Erod, he's on the shelf to start the year, but he's...
Zach Gallen. Where'd he come from?
Yeah! It's funny. We go through all these teams and circle back to what could have been. We ought to... Another idea for an episode. A could have been St. Louis Cardinals team.
Top 10.
Yeah. I think what
players at particular positions.
Just
that are
imagine the roster you could put together. Oh. It's kind of sad. Well, I didn't want to get into that.
Disgusting, really.
Yeah, it is. But no, they have Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly. I like Brandon Pfaadt. I'm sorry, Monty probably the slot in as number 2. He's going to be, I think, miss 3 turns or so in the rotation.
Yeah,
I think they're going to probably bring him along slow. Because, I'm sure he's been throwing, but it's not the same as live games.
I don't know if he actually ever, takes over Merrill Kelly.
I think he did. You're right. Still, it's a good problem to have. You're 2-3.
Yeah.
Erod, Brandon Pfaadt could be your 5.
Kelly's low-key really good. I like him.
Yeah. I like Pfaadt, too. Rough intro to the majors, but he was dominant in the playoffs. He shut down the field.
Fantastic.
They said that he discovered he was tipping pitches, and he moved where he was at on the pitching rubber. There's a story that he pitched off the other side of it. I'm not a pitching coach either, as not an MD. Somehow it helped. And he's always had a good slider, good solid curve, off-speed stuff, just his fastball got killed. That helped kind of keep the ball in the park. I mean, I think their rotation can carry them. And offensively, they brought in Eugenio Suarez to play third. Jock Peterson, Jock Lecoq Grande, pretty good DH option because they didn't have, with the exception of Corbin Carroll, a lot of lefty thump, I don't believe, last year. But they've got Randall Gritchick, too. Probably.
So which one's your bench bat?
Gritchick. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, that's what he is.
Well, the thing
that's more sentimental than what I think he really brings.
Peterson's been a bench bat most of his career.
Yeah, like that's fair. It'd probably be a platoon situation.
Yeah.
You know? But who else they got in that lineup? Christian Walker's underrated at first base. Ketel Marte leads off, I believe.
Yep.
Him, Carroll, and Gabriel Moreno. I think he could take a step up catcher. Like they've got a very solid team. I mean this division, top 3 teams. You put once again any one of those teams in the NL Central, probably winning that division. Very likely.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I just as much as I love my boy Schulte, I'm gonna I think Arizona has a little more pitching depth. San Diego.
San Francisco might win the NL Central.
Oh shoot! Yeah, sad, but true. Yeah, you put them in there. I could see that. I mean, this is definitely a superior division. I think you get 2 wild card spots out of. Yeah, I think you get 2 out of here, and I think you get 1 out of the East for sure. And then we'll see on the last spot. But San Diego, you're the top of your rotation. Like getting Cease was huge. I think. I like Michael King. Honestly, he's probably slapped in there number 4. He's transitioned from the pen in New York to the rotation pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He's solid. Joe Musgrove had down year last year, battled some fluky like injuries, toe and stuff.
Yeah, he's got good stuff. Musgrove is, in my opinion, can be good. He's
him and Cease. You could have a 1A, 1B scenario there. Darvish, I think his best days are behind him.
Well, yeah.
But that's solid. 1, 2, 3.
When did Darvish actually come to the majors? It's like
2012,
2013.
Yeah. I think it was shortly after Trout came up. Actually, I believe it was 13, 14. Yeah, with Texas, 13, 14. He's been around a while, and I don't think he was like 21 then. I think he already had some age on him.
Yeah,
he's probably 36.
Overseas.
So in their pen, they lost Hader, but they've signed a Matsui, a lefty. From Korea, I believe. Wandy Peralta, got him from the Yanks. They've got some talent out there. I don't even know for sure who will close. That Matsui, he's got an odd profile. He's like a 5'8" lefty, but he's got a lot of closing experience. With Schilt there.
You don't have to throw fast to close.
And with Schilt there, I feel like they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think so. So if you haven't noticed yet, we're kind of big Mike Schilt advocates and, not the biggest fans of our current manager.
I don't know if I'm as much a Mike Schilt advocate as much as I just hate Ollie Marmol.
Ollie Mo, I'll group them all together in there. Yeah, tough times in St. Louis. But, I think 2 and 3 interchangeable there. I think LA, I will say, this Ohtani stuff, we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to pick against them. I mean, even without him on the team, like you said, their lineup freaking stacked. I mean, crap. You got Betts, Freeman. They got Teoscar Hernandez. I think he's very underrated.
Well, even like in your 9-hole, you got Gavin Lux.
Yeah. Will Smith. Max Muncy. If Lux comes even close to what he was supposed to be years ago, they're going to put up runs. And pitching, you've got Glass now, Yamamoto. I love Bobby Miller. I freaking love him. If you're going to, create a pitcher, I think that's what you do. Like on MLB, the show, his stuff.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And he's probably their number 3 as of right now, I'd say.
Bobby Miller?
Yeah, I'd say so.
3, yeah. 3, maybe 4.
Yeah. You got Walker Buehler waiting in the wings. I do not think they're
He's definitely the number 4 when Buehler comes back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Buehler, and that's the thing with Miller, you don't have to push him on innings. They're going to watch him. They've got Kershaw, too. I think they'll be back in June. And to hold it down until then, they signed James Paxton, who was amazing in Boston to start the year.
Yeah.
Faded. Hell with it. You can have Paxton.
He has a lot of really good 7-8 game stints.
Yeah, he does. You can piggyback it. Look at this. You've got Paxton start the year as your lefty. He's going to fade. If Kershaw come in the year.
He's not going to fade. He's going to get hurt.
Yeah, fade hurt. Yeah, so he's not going to be what he is day 1. He is day 100 in the season. Yeah, I'll give you that. But they've got Ryan Yarborough out there. I think he came from Tampa. Pretty solid. Gavin Stone. I mean, they've got depth. Who's the other one? Sheehan. Emmett Sheehan. They've got him who's starting on the IL. But, I mean, crap. They've got like 8 guys. They're fine. Penn, they've got Evan Phillips, our personal favorite, Joe freaking Kelly.
You know, you haven't even mentioned Yoshi Yamamoto.
I thought I said him after Glasnow.
You just said that he's going to be the number 2. You haven't really said, like, how bad he's been.
I mean, it's 1 star. Yeah.
Well, he was bad in the spring, too. He had 80 ERA in spring.
I all along have been skeptical of him being this just complete, no doubts, a Garrett Cole-like. I'm not saying he won't get there, but it's a different ball they throw in Korea. Japan.
But he's been unreal in Japan.
Like a 110.
For a while.
He won MVP over there. Cy Young, whatever their version is there. He's been amazing, don't get me wrong. He's 25 in his prime. I'm just saying, you see foreign guys that come over and mixed results.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Tanaka, started. Daisuke.
Daisuke was supposed to be amazing. Yeah. He was an okay career.
Yeah.
Like, nothing special, nothing bad.
I mean, it's a different ball, it's a different game. But I will say for the Dodgers to give him a $300 million contract,
that's insane.
They kind of know their stuff.
Well, when you give him $300 million, you kind of expect him to come out and be a little bit more exciting than what he showed in the spring.
Not go 1 inning and
well, I'm not even talking about the opening day start because that's basically spring training still.
Well, and it was you're pitching. What was that in Korea? Different environment, like different. I don't know. I think that's just you throw it out.
He was in his hometown, Japan. Right?
Dude, he was in Korea. He's
from
Japan.
Whatever.
They are. All right. That's another one to throw on there.
Seoul is not in Japan.
Geography, not our strong suit. We've ruled out medical knowledge, geography. Yeah, we're making our way. Hopefully, we know baseball better than that. God, I hope.
Can't be worse.
Nowhere to go but up, right? So Dodgers are pretty freaking loaded. It would take a perfect storm of stuff to go wrong them not to win the division. So gotta go with them there.
All right, so
recap. What we got?
Well, we're just gonna recap yours.
All right,
because Owen is taking your shot to the nuts here. So for the AL East, I got
Baltimore.
You got Baltimore Orioles.
Damn right, yes sir.
I also have Baltimore. And I think that's a pretty safe bet.
I think so.
I think we're going to be good there. For the AL Central.
This one might get dicey, but I like it. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to Detroit.
You're going to Detroit.
All day, every day.
I am.
Yes, sir. I like the young youth movement in Detroit.
I'm still going Guardians.
They're freaking dude.
I'm going Guardians.
I like it. We're going out west.
Indians.
Boy, I might not be. They are Indians to us.
I am the West.
This might be nap shot number 2. I'm going Mariners. I'll stick it out there. I love that pick.
I don't hate that Mariners pick. I think I had number 3 though.
You did, but I think that's another division. It's like you could see 1 through 3. They weren't that far off last year. I think they won 88 games last year. They're pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Pitching and J-Rod. That's what you need. You had Texas, I believe. Texas, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. NL, all right, this is a little more fresh on my mind. Atlanta, I think there's no arguments there.
We're all at the Braves winning that one.
Chalk Braves. I hate it. My brother's a big Braves fan, but, I can't hate them as they're good. All right, Braves, and then the Central. A little disparity there. I'm sticking with the Cubbies.
I got the Reds,
Go, Cubs, go.
One of those, it's just like the Central and the other side.
Yeah.
There's 3 teams that who wants to suck less?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You could flip a coin, 3-headed coin, see how it goes. Man, I hate how catchy their win song is. I had that in my head for like a freaking week. Like we were sitting there, I was like in a trance after the game. I was like, damn, we lost. And the cute little bear running around out there. It's like, the kids, it's pretty cool. Anyway, sorry. The West.
Dodgers.
Yeah, hands
Dodgers.
down.
We both got the Dodgers there, and
I do foresee a postseason flop. Another video.
Yeah, I mean,
it's what they do. It's what they do.
They're pretty good at it.
They got that down. I think that wraps it. I hope I did my boys some favors here, but We'll see.
I've got you taking 2 nad shots here.
I'll be happy if it's just there. I feel better about some picks than others, but you know what? It's for the fans. So, we have to get to 100 views before that.
100 views on this video. Or actually, let's do...
100 on each.
100 on each?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 100 total.
Damn it. All right.
100 totals. If we can get average 50 on each,
that's fair.
Let's do it.
You got to start small. Start somewhere, right? All right. I can go with that.
Yep.
So, sorry, boys. Thank you for watching this episode of Pitchwarmer's Basement Banter. See ya.
Thanks for watching. Oh my god.